Hi, I'm Quinn Curtis, and I love teaching entrepreneurs, especially, or passionate people, how they can have more joy-filled lives and inspired businesses. That we have lives that we're excited to wake up to every day, and work that is meaningful to us and brings joy and enhances our family lives and our personal lives, and just brings more joy. That's what it's all about. We exist so that we can have joy, and it's time for more joy. We are too burdened down and heavy, and it is time to break free from that. So I'm so excited to help you today with my top 3 tips on how you can reach your 2015 goals. If you're anything like how I have been in previous years, sometimes looking at the new year feels a little bit daunting. And maybe people are passing around the ideas of, hey, what's your New Year's resolution? Are you doing this? No, I'm not doing that. I've tried that before. They never work. I set my goal. I go to the gym for the first month, and then I don't get there the rest of the year. Or every year, it just feels like we're setting ourselves up for failure. But that is not true, and it doesn't have to be that way. Your goal setting can be exciting and energizing and totally fueled for success if you have these top 3 powerful things to fuel your goals. So, number 1, top thing is you need a focus word or theme for your year. Now, this focus, theme, or word is going to be what anchors your goals and what energizes and fuels them so that you can continue to grow and progress in your goals. If you succeed with nothing else, you'll want your year to feel or look like these themes and words. Some good ideas for words that you could look at and possibly use. And by the way, for those of you familiar with Danielle Laporte's work on discovering your core desired feelings, this definitely relates and can totally line up with that work, and her process might really help you in identifying your word for the year. I tend to use a very intuitive process where I just try out a few words that come to mind or come to my intuition, and then maybe I write them on a sticky note, put them on the wall, and see which one feels best. And then when I find the word that I'm like, I want to paint this on my wall, I want to find a picture that has this word on it. It's the best word ever, and it's so yummy and exciting and joyful and delicious. Then I know we've found the word. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a super high energy word. Some really great words that I've heard from previous years of my friends doing this and other entrepreneurs I admire. My favorite word so far is my friend Michelle McCullough. Her word for last year was savor. Oh, isn't that so good? It's amazing. It's the best word ever. Savor. Savor your life. Savor your business. Savor your relationships. Savor even the food that you're eating. Savor your life. How energizing is that? I seriously tried to make that my word this year because I thought it was so good. Michelle, genius and totally inspired. Other words that I've seen work really well for people, some of them were focusing on abundance. Some of them were focusing on inspire or aspire, or some of them were focusing on freedom. One of my words last year, which maybe isn't sounding energizing to you guys, but it was house of order. As a busy mompreneur, that was driving me nuts, that I was always so busy all the time and juggling and putting out fires every single day instead of living a balanced, more organized and orderly life. So that was my focus for one of the years, was house of order. That I wanted a house of order to support all of my business growth, to support me feeling whole and complete, and to know that my kids are being taken care of and nurtured even when I'm called away to work. So that was really energizing for me, and definitely one that I wanted on a banner in my home. So think about your word. What word is going to fuel you? And you can have more than one word, but I would advise that you try to stick with one primary word and then maybe 1 or 2 other words that are really just supporting words, but not trying to do like, these are my 3 words for the year. That really rarely works out well, and I know this from personal experience because our brain has a hard time remembering faith, hope, abundance, trust. Those are my words. It just isn't fueling you. So pick one of those. Maybe faith is your word. Maybe hope is your word. Maybe trust is your word. Trust the process. Whatever it might be, find your word and anchor all of your goals to that word or the subword. words, and that's going to fuel it. So that's tip number one. Find your focus word or theme. The second tip is that you not only need, as an entrepreneur, you not only need a business goal. Business goals are awesome. They help us progress. You need a personal goal. It's not enough to be able to just make your millions or whatever your goal is and have your life falling apart on the sidelines. And here again, as somebody who coaches and works with lots of entrepreneurs all the time, I see this more times than not. In fact, I'm trying to think, I've only seen a very few examples of entrepreneurs who have really taken this seriously and have made their personal life just as much a priority as their business life. So a personal goal for the year and a business goal for the year are going to help you so that you don't hit burnout at about month 2 and you're like, oh crap, my business account might be growing, hopefully it's growing, and my life is falling apart. My kids are a mess, my house is trashed, my husband and I aren't speaking to each other. I haven't talked to my mom in months, and every time I do talk to her, I'm just brushing her off. My health is struggling. I've got adrenal fatigue from all the late nights and all the craziness. I mean, are you kidding me? How many years of being an entrepreneur do we have to do that to realize that doesn't work, and it doesn't bring us happiness, and it doesn't make our goals meaningful? We reach them, and we can't keep them or maintain them unless we have our personal life in alignment right with it. So I'm recommending to you, give yourself the blessing of having a personal goal that is yummy to you, that feels good to you. How do you want to feel as a person at the end of 2015 or during 2015? What's going to be something that is really rewarding to you as a person outside of your business? And of course, I believe it's very difficult to separate the worlds of entrepreneur and human being, person, because so many of us, what we do for our businesses is what is our passion, and so those lines bleed a lot. But too many of us are focusing way too much on our businesses and totally saying that we're gonna spend time with our kids once we've reached this certain business goal. We're gonna actually eat right once we're through this month or through this quarter or through once our bank account looks like this, and that's gonna be our reward. I'm asking or inviting you, reward yourself now. Give yourself the benefit of having a personal goal, because if you have that personal goal swimming right alongside your business goal, the odds of you achieving your business goals for the entire year are drastically more likely to happen. Drastically, and I'm not overemphasizing that. If you only have the business goal running, you're going to burn out your personal life, and it's going to be really painful and hard for you to reach that business goal. And actually the same is true if you do it the opposite way. And sometimes I see this happen with new startups or people who've gotten into a little rut in their business that they're like, I need to get my personal life in order, and then I'm going this. But what happens, even if we do that, priorities, which I believe our personal life is actually priority number 1, which that includes our health, our spiritual life, our relationships, all of the above, okay? So even if that can happen, though, our goals can still fall short, and we can still maybe even not get back into our businesses or not be progressing in our personal goals if we don't have tip number 3. Tip number 3 means that you need to break it down. So if we just set our big goal, as we often do, this is my New Year's resolution, or I'm gonna get 6 figures in 2015, and it's going to be awesome. We do one of 2 things. We break it down not at all, and so it remains this elephant in the room that we're like a few months later wondering, why didn't my goal happen? I'm the biggest loser on the planet. Why isn't my goal happening? Why haven't I made my goal happen yet? When in reality, it's because it's an elephant. You can't eat an elephant. You need to break it down. The other thing that can happen, though, is that some of us who are super planners, we break it down way too much. We focus so much on how it's going to happen that we give up room for God and the universe to be able to support us in those goals. And so this rests on a fundamental principle that your goals and your dreams are sacred. And I don't say that lightly. As somebody who has fought this belief for a long time, I have finally come to the realization that it is not God in the universe's desire for me to not have my goals met and for me to be miserable and unfulfilled. In fact, I was just reading a Deepak Chopra book where he talks about how happiness is actually equivalent to feeling fulfilled. And the key word in that fulfilled word is filled. When we feel full of happiness, of hope, of joy, that's so different than when we feel empty. When we feel empty, we feel sad. We feel discouraged. And in fact, I'm on a quest right now of really comprehending, and I've been doing tons of research on how we as human beings, and through a spiritual life, because I believe those can't be separated no matter what our spiritual belief systems must be, how we feel fulfilled. And a big part of feeling fulfilled in all the research that I've done is doing meaningful work. And so as you take your business goals seriously and you make them in alignment with what truly is going to support your heart work with your business, then everything is going to make it so you're set up to feel good next year, to feel happy, to truly have that joyful life and that inspired business that you desire and you deserve. And you being alive just blesses the world with your dreams and your goals being realized. And so I am so excited for you guys to take those 3 things on. One of the most effective ways that I have found to break down our goals and find that happy medium in between over-planning and under-planning is breaking it down into 90-day runs, 90-day goals. And if you look at our calendar year, looking at it from the quarters standpoint, we have 4 quarters, that's roughly 4 90-day goals. So if you take your big goal, break it down into 4 achievable, manageable actions or manageable goals, you can do anything for 90 days. You cannot do anything for a year. And so breaking it down like that is going to make it so you can keep your goal in sight, keep you focused, keep you running towards it, and not getting burnt out. It's also going to make it more manageable so you're not feeling like you have to achieve your year goal in the first quarter or else you're a failure. That's madness, and you're likely going to have all those personal goals slipping as a result. So to support you and help you in doing this, I am pumped because I've prepared this fun worksheet for you guys. I'm just loading it up right now that is going to make bringing all of this together so much easier. So here it is. This is your 2015 Rockstar Plan. So up at the top you've got what are your focus words or your theme words for the year. And you're going to jot them into that space right there. Here again, ideally you have 1. If you have to work in a few other words, go for it. But try to aim for 1. The next thing is you're going to have what's your 2015 personal goal and your 2015 business goal. Overarching, how are these running together and how are they supporting each other? And then you'll see in each quarter we've got what's your personal goal for the quarter and your business goal for the quarter, and then breaking that down only 3 steps further to identify what are the top 3 key actions needed for you to be able to reach the goal for that quarter. So now it's manageable. It's so much more attainable, and what you'll find is likely the top 3 action steps needed are things that you're going to actually be writing into your calendars for your month, or maybe even working into your weekly and daily schedules. Because, you know, just like we've learned from great books like The Slide Edge and teachers like Seth Godin, our goals are not achieved by great big things. Oh, I achieved my year goal today. They're achieved by small, consistent action, and that's what makes such a difference. So I am psyched for you guys to download this and get working. This is a free download on my site at quinncurtis.co. So that's QUINNCURTIS.co. And you can just go to my blog, download this there. I'll have the link below in the video on YouTube. And you can check it out and start rocking your 2015 plan. Because 2015 is going to be a big year for everybody who's choosing into it. Energy is high. So many great things are happening. And most of all, you're ready. you're ready for your goals to be realized, and you're ready to make this positive change and make it attainable, and so that you are actually living the joyful, inspired life that you're dreaming of. I'm so excited to cheer you on about this. Please keep me updated on your progress and your goals and how this system works for you, and how these top 3 tips helped you reach your goals, as I know they will, and I'm excited for you guys to put these into action, and excited for your 2015 year. It's going to be amazing and so fantastic. So go and rock it and have your awesome plan supporting you. Love you so much. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.